Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We have seen the light. Salam alaikum, Habibi. How you doing?
Shalom.
What's going down? It's
Well, it's midday here,
new.
so
I was going to say new. What was I going to say? Time, new day, new time. Where
it is
we can't do Fridays anymore, which is actually a
right.
bummer. I really like that Friday slot.
I did
Right?
too.
It was
I
really
did too,
good for me.
but we just lost an hour ourselves, or we
Right.
gained an hour. Whatever. We just jumped back this weekend.
Right.
So
You
it's-
know what? You're now in the East Coast is 7 hours back now from me.
Okay. And you might be able to hear the siren. They forgot to set the siren back.
No, what's the siren?
Noon whistle. Basically to let people know it's noon.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Something they do in small towns. Usually it's like at 7, noon, and 5. Kind of like the start of the day, the middle of the day, and the end of the day.
Doesn't it ring a phone? It's like
I don't know.
Okay, fine.
I mean, they
we
did
don't
this
wanna-
40 years
we
ago
don't
when
wanna
I was a
burden
kid.
ourselves with watches or phones or sundials or anything like that. That's fine. Okay, so so I did not know you were watching Doctor Who. I thought you were giving this one a miss.
No, I hate watching it.
So I was somewhat amazed yesterday, right? Somewhat amazed. Firstly, I realized they brought back the cold open, right? And oh boy, does that make a difference! It really needs that cold open. But they did a cold open last night, which I thought was good, right? And that kind of bamboozled me. So I was like, "What? How?" And it really was. It was like it was any other. I mean, it's only Jodie Whittaker being in it. It was a problem. And they also had the previously, which was the previously that last cliffhanger was terrible. You know, the dialogue was like, I've always wondered how it would feel like the end of the universe. Oh, shut up. God, she's so awful. But they minimize her a lot. I mean, they minimize a lot. They had good monsters. They haven't had that for a while.
But it's hard for me to get into it. I mean, the Centaurians. I mean, you got the Centaurians back. Big deal.
Yeah, but it was kind of fun. I like the Sontarans. They're just fun. I like to see them again. Right?
But, if it was separate from Jodie, then yeah, I would enjoy it. It's just Jodie taints
the thing.
everything.
That's the thing. It's like having a cashmere sweater with an ink blot on it, right? It's like, well, what can you do? It's like you can't filter that. Like, I'll never go back and watch it. And I'm just thinking, what a shame it is, because it's like,
I'll tell you.
I wish they did this for their first season, right? I wish they pushed. They should have done 6, 11, or 10 was too much for him. He couldn't do it. He should have done a 6-episode, or he should have done 2 4-part stories, or something like that, right? He should have done that and pushed it like this. It would have been a different universe, right? They should have sweated, right? And I think if you listen, if Michael Jackson's dad can beat him enough so he can learn to walk backwards, surely there's a way we could train Whittaker to run. I mean, surely we could train her or get a double.
I will say what I was thinking at the end when the general blew up everything. I thought that maybe she would say, "Don't you think he looks tired?" Kind of like Tennant did with Harriet Jones.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a good...
but, I mean, that was kind of like they already did this before.
Oh, no, it's like karaoke. No, okay. Listen, it's not original. Okay, no, of course. It's not original. It's not meritorious anyway. It's not like getting a baseball bat and hitting myself between the legs repeatedly, right? Which is what watching Orphan 55 was like. I mean, that was just a painful experience, right? Watching Orphan 55 was just, it broke me. It was the worst. It was like, after that, I was like, time to show, yeah, who gives a crap? Oh, look, I mean, Doctor, I don't care. It's all bullshit now. I don't care.
Well, part of me thinks after Kill the Moon, I mean, that's kind of like where it's just the idea that the Doctor doesn't care is remote.
I still love Capaldi. He had Kill the Moon.
Oh, I did.
Was a terrible episode. I agree with you.
I mean,
a terrible episode. If they could have just had any other resolution, right? Can we just do that in CGI? Have any other resolution, right? and it would be much better, right?
Well, I'll tell you what bothered me too about this last episode, and I was talking with Problem Bean about it. I honestly, again, maybe it's
he hated it.
Yeah, I know, but the thing was, the accents was a little too thick for me, so I thought it was Florence Nightingale they were talking about, the original, and I thought they race swapped her.
No, that's Mary Seacole. So yeah, listen,
that's the thing. I couldn't pick that up.
So this is the thing, okay? This is where, you know, the Black Lives Matter, whatever side of the argument has a point, right? Where they say history has been whitewashed. This is the most incredible woman. I mean, I've heard about it. There was a Big Finish story with her, and she's really interesting. She basically just moved to the Crimea and built a hotel, paid for it herself, and financed medicine by selling booze. That was essentially it, right? And she ran an inn. You food or whatever. But that was essentially it. It was just and I never heard of her until a couple of years ago, till Big Finish did her. So that's not good. You know, I think that's something that's a story we all should know. First exposure. Right. So look, you see, this is it. This is actually Doctor Who doing what Doctor Who's supposed to do. It's incredible. And they did it. They wasn't preachy with her, right? It wasn't like Rosa, you know. They just played her like a character. And it wasn't like, here, look at me, coming from Jamaica, being Jamaican. No, you just had to have her be her. And for once they understood, right? Just have a character be that thing. You don't have to, like Ryan's whole thing was to be black and effeminate.
Well, you know, the thing that also bothered me with the episode was when, I hate saying the term, the doctor was explaining the plan, how they're going to attack the Sontorians.
Oh, God. Okay. She is the both in story and behind the scenes, a disaster.
My whole thing was, I don't know if you saw my comment on Twitter, but I quoted The Princess Bride after Wesley's on the machine. It's like, I sucked an hour of your life. I don't know. That. I might go as much as 5. Tell me how it felt.
That's what I didn't get the reference. Now I get it.
That's from The Princess Bride.
I love Princess Bride. So, but yeah, no, here's the thing. When she first meets that general, she's just so patronizing and annoying. Of course he's not going to listen to you, you annoying pain. Who would, right? And then she's rambling about, oh, look, there's no Russia, there's Sontar instead. Which is an interesting idea, right?
It is, but they never explained it.
What?
They never explained it.
Well, they didn't. The plan, you're right, it actually goes counter to their plan was they were going to use these time ships to invade Earth or at different points through its history to gain a complete dominion over Earth. And I'm thinking, why? It's like what? Why? And it's like, because it's the Earth. And it's like they can't even breathe our atmosphere. They have to go and have every 27 hours have to be vented all at the same time. They can't stagger that. Right? No. Everybody sir, doesn't this leave us vulnerable to anything? No, nobody will think. It's only 7 minutes. Come on, let's everybody get in and just don't look out the windows. No. That's right, Bosco. You tell them.
He's moving.
Oh my God. Okay, so it's kitten season by me right now. Like all the stray cats about kittens. And there's one blind kitten, the cutest thing ever. And I'm like, oh God, can somebody just look after this damn cat? And she's very self-sufficient and not scared of anything. I was really quite impressed. You can't shoo her away because she can't see you. Well, that's another thing. But she's pretty brave, this cat, but she's very cute. So my dog was going crazy, barking at in the garden, which is, thank God she was on the other side of the fence. I mean, I could really do with my dog not ripping apart a cute kitten that's blind.
My cat met a dog for the first time yesterday.
I saw that. I thought I saw that when I on TV.
So we had confirmation yesterday. The bishop was here.
Right.
And the bishop the bishop forgot to get a kennel for his dog, so the dog traveled with him.
Right.
So the MC called saying that the bishop's bringing the dog. Do you have a room you could put him in?
Right.
I'm like, you're kidding. You're kidding, right? You know I have a cat. So when the dog came into the rectory and saw the cat didn't freak out. I was surprised by that.
Very good. My dog would have freaked out. Oh my God, she would have freaked out. She freaks out relatively easily.
Mm.
Let me get to the chat.
Oh, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Who do we have here? Eastland, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. Hello. PD Rich, how are you? Mux Eddie, good evening. Good evening, good godmen and acolytes. I heard the acolyte has a name and a star, the Leslie Leyland Star Wars show.
What is this?
One of the new Star Wars shows, the
Obi-Wan
acolyte.
Kenobi?
No, one in the future.
I will look
it up. Derek Madison says, hey, then. Tristan, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Who else we got? The Doctor's witnessed the end of the universe countless times. She knows how it feels. I know! It's like how many times? And the annoying school kid and the NASA shuttle orbiter. What was that bit?
I don't remember that.
In Doctor Who? Or was that with Kamala Harris?
Oh, that might be Harris.
It could be. I mean, like, fantasy is really no more weirder than real. Oh, so Project Veritas was raided, as you know, for the
I saw that.
The Biden diary. So she talks casually about what appears to be being a drug addict, a sex addict, and like having like inappropriate underage sex and sexual contact with her father, like having balls with her father, and like, ew.
Yeah.
Like it's just like it is. I mean, the whole Hunter Biden stuff, right? Like how he.
Oh yeah.
This guy is a weird dude.
Well, were you just watching Crowded before we went live?
I was. Yes, I was.
Okay, so
That's
the whole thing they were
referring.
referring.
Instead of 9, by the way.
Okay.
Because I'm like,
Sounds
I'm gonna get Crowder, man.
So some of the words they said on Crowder referring to the whole family.
Right. It's so
and
weird.
I can't say those words. words.
Yeah, but I just don't understand I don't understand evil. Right? Like, what's it like to be a Clinton? What's it like to be? That would be fascinating. That's why I kind of like that show Veep. Did you ever see Veep?
No, I never did.
Oh, you would like Veep, okay?
It's Hillary Clinton. Louise Devices. I can't really get into her.
But it's like Hillary Clinton, the TV show. She's like so fake, and it's so wonderful how they like take the piss out of it. Like
it's on HBO Max, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, HBO Max has a lot of good stuff. I like HBO Max. Although I'm canceling it for next month until December, so I'll get it back for Matrix. It's like fine. I'll wait for a few weeks to see Doom Patrol again. I'm not really that bothered. But they got good stuff.
I'll re-up my Apple my Disney subscription because the Beatles documentary is coming out.
Yeah, I have that. I'm conflicted about who directed that again.
Peter Jackson.
Yeah, that's got to be good. But then they got another one by Danny Boyle about the Sex Pistols. And I really like the Sex Pistols. I mean, I like Johnny Lydon. Johnny Lydon, I think, is one of the most important artists living today. Like Johnny Lydon and Alan Moore, I think are probably the two I would put up there. But yeah, they're both very interesting people. But yeah, and he's so pissed off about that. He's been like ripped off royally, and he's been really complaining about it.
I was just trying to think what's coming out. I ended up rewatching Nobody yesterday.
Still haven't seen it. That's on my.
You haven't? You gotta see it.
Everybody says it's good. It's just find out and sit down for it. Next movie I'm going to watch is I'm going to finish watching Army of Thieves, which I really enjoyed. Right,
I enjoyed that one.
It's on Netflix.
Okay, that's why.
It's Netflix is good. I like. So also, I'm watching Foundation on. Oh no, that's the show I love right now.
That sounded interesting.
Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso is on Apple Plus. Loving it. Oh my god, it's like an uplifting show, right? It's like I feel good about myself. It's not, and boys are boys and girls are girls. It's just like everybody's normal. Problem.
I'm paying for BritBox. I'm paying for Hulu. I'm paying for the Blaze. If I get Disney, I got Amazon, Apple. I mean, it just adds up too much.
Oh, yeah, no, listen, you're back to $60 a month again. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Although, oh man, fiber optics is coming to my town. I'm really, really excited. They apparently going to roll it. You can sign up for it this week, and it should be installed by February. We are so excited because my internet is basically a SIM card. I put a SIM card into a router, and that's how I get my internet, because the landline's garbage, right? It's just absolute garbage. Sorry, I was doing the chat. Lonnie on comments says, "Oi, how you doing?" By the way, back on the Indiegogo. Some people have received them already. You should be receiving them this week, no matter where you are in the world. Please let me know when you get them. Right? It's I am very excited that it's getting out. And read. Oh, I'm sending one to you, by the way, Father Miller.
Oh, thank you.
I thought I would send. I thought I would send you a biblical.
I'll look forward to it.
Now
the cat wants to jump up.
Found a way around racism without peacefully protesting. You're absolutely right. Says Peter. It's the dog's the best part of the show. I liked it when the dog showed up. I agree with you. Yeah, 100%. I was amazed there was a punch in the air moment. I was like, yeah, I was happy to see him.
I thought it was like a discount.
Even though it's like babyish, I was still happy to see it, right? So
it really felt like a discounted Ted.
Hmm?
It felt like a discounted Ted from the movie.
Yeah, listen, look, he looked more stupid this week, I think. Like the mask looked cheaper or something this week. I couldn't really work it out. Yeah, listen, the ratings have come out as well.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was 3.96, and consolidated for last week we're at 5.69. Yes, under six. Yeah, I'm getting it into Ted Lasso now. Under six. So that's what I'm watching on Apple Plus. I'm watching Ted Lasso and Foundation. Okay, Foundation is great, apart from one thing, right? They got two stunning and brave girls stunning and brave black girls who are the key to everything. Two of them, right? And one of them okay, the other one's excruciating. The other one has every stereotype around her. Oh God! So those plot threads are awful, but everything with Lee Pace as the Galactic Emperor, freaking awesome, right? So good, right? It's just like there's one who's like this math genius who was good for one episode, and now it's just like, ugh, she's awful again. And the other one who has the snarling, angry man one with the sides of her head shaved. You're like, just stop. What was it? What was I going to say? What was it about Radio Times? Was it Andy Simon says the Radio Night was making excuses for this garbage, saying that everybody tuned in for the thrilling first episode, etc. Not really. I think this was a better episode, quite frankly, than last week. What do you think?
You know, when I rewatched The Woman That Fell to Earth, it took probably 3 attempts to get through it. I've been able to get through it in one. But I mean, I've been able to get through this in one sitting without stopping it, and it's just not exciting. I mean, I used to really be psyched when Doctor Who was going to come on. I couldn't wait to get home to watch Doctor Who.
This one, they finally got the tempo up, and they got it like big enough. They finally.
I'm enjoying Dan.
Yeah. You know what it's like. You know, you've seen Red Dwarf, right?
Oh yeah.
So the first season, everything's very grey. Right, just very, very grey, right? So they said, listen, after they made the first episode, we need more colour in the set. It said, okay, no problem. And they came back and said, okay, we've done it. I said, where? They couldn't say anything. There's one book that's red sitting on the table. He's like, no, we need more. So, and that was like the best they could do. So they went in between season 1 and season 2. They went to like a dollar store and just got a bunch of stuff, right? And hanging like the banana and all the and it just made it so much better. But like, it's like, yeah, we've added in the bit of red. Just like that, you know, like he's finally realized how big it's got to be. It's not good. I mean, it's not like there's a lot of really annoying, stupid things. Like again, why were the Sontarans in Russia and China back in time if that was their first beachhead? What they were trying it out. How did that happen? How was that part of the plan? It was just a mic drop moment, and it's fine, but you could have written it in. Right, and there's all the Sontarans going to sleep at the same time. Stupid. All the Sontarans being out fighting the war. Stupid.
Well, did I?
Well, you know, I kind of like the British general. The British general coming and crying and apologizing to the Doctor and begging for help. Oh God, I wanted to vomit. That's such lesbian feminist wish fulfillment, right? No one's ever going to come crying to the Doctor for help, okay? This Doctor's useless. And generally speaking, her ideas are awful as well.
Well, did they explain why the door disappeared to the TARDIS?
No. It was everything's just freaking out. Because of the flux event, right? Well, again, I liked those villains. I like Swarm. I like Azure. I wish that they were against Capaldi. Oh, wouldn't they? See? Yeah. Them versus Capaldi would be awesome. Right? I would love that. I think it's a swipe at Lawrence Fox, a right-wing actor. Right?
I don't know who he is.
The Sontaran okay, it's incredible. Your boy Zach, his channel, he said something really clever. That if you look at the people that make SJWs crazy, like these liberal progressive crazies, they're always the most like nicest middle of the road guys, like Dean Cain. Like, what are you, Dean Cain? Just a nice guy, or Scott Baio. You know, they like all the people that trigger them, that make like I mean, even John Barrowman. I mean, really. He's very charming. Come on. It's like, okay, you're gay. Well, forget it. It's fine. Just look at you smiling, you know? Something about Cyberdyne. Shades of, it'll be fine. What we're talking about, I don't know what we're talking about. Probably Doctor Who. Rabbi adopted the cat. No, I didn't adopt the cat. I got to be sperm, okay? So cute. It's so cute. And I was like, my neighbor looks after. Okay, my neighbor, it was the wife's mother and father, mother-in-law and father have moved in as well. And they look after cats. So I'm trying to get her to look after it, right?
Can't live too long in the wild without sight, I think.
Right. I'll Kill the Moon. The ship arrived on it was a NASA space shuttle orbiter. Orbiter is also a what's it called again? A good graphic novel by Watt Warren Ellis. Actually, Lebekin, very, very busy. Thanks for asking. I don't know what I asked for, but I'm assuming you're talking about your yes, you have exciting irons in the fire. The Blind Deaf Wesley. Yeah, listen, I'm just not that good a person, okay? I'm not that good a person. That's just what it is. I don't want to be that good a person. Leave me alone, okay? Rabbi, long-time fan. Hello, Matthew Smart. I'm a long-time fan of you too, sir. Shuttles are built in orbit. The Earth, not travel to the moon. Okay. Veep is American. Think of it. Exactly. Yeah, you would really like Veep. Because it's especially the 2016. I like to think of it. It's the same people. It's exactly. Actually, it's really. Have you seen In the Loop, which is a movie of the thing?
That one I didn't exactly. I mean,
it was weird because it was like the same but different. It was like two. Right. It was like two parallel universes, right?
Well, speaking of politics, we haven't had a chance to talk about Virginia.
Yes, I'm very
excited. It was going to be good.
Very excited. Listen, I'm hoping this is a change in it. We're looking at a change in the muzzle, right? You know what muzzle is? Muzzle is the pervade. Like muzzle is the pervading luck. You know, the vibe. So like the luck, you know, of the world was in the hands of Satan, right? That's basically it. And I believe it was given to Satan until he dies, right? And I think Satan's dying. Right? I think that's what we're saying. I think the satanic power is dripping away very quickly, and I think we're going to see some kind of seismic shift in the next 6 weeks.
It was fun because I ended up turning from Fox to MSNBC to watch the coverage. And they had an absolute meltdown.
I would have gone from that to Young Turks. I watched the clip of Young Turks talking about the Rittenhouse case. Right? Have you noticed how everyone stopped talking about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, he's innocent. Okay, bye.
Well, that's the thing to see here.
Right, it's unbelievable. Yeah, so Veep is American Think of It.
I was just going to follow that up. So right after that, because I posted stuff on Facebook about how I was enjoying MSNBC and all that.
Right.
And I triggered someone that unfriended me a few months back and then sent a friend request again, which I didn't accept.
Right. Well, smart move. Okay.
She's like, does the bishop know the vile stuff you're posting? Because I post some stuff from Libs of TikTok, and I also posted a few Let's Go Brandon stuff. And she's like, Let's Go Brandon is not...
Let's Go Brandon.
She put in caps.
Let's Go Brandon.
That's the thing. She put in caps, it's not funny.
It is funny. You freaking out. It's like, this is what's funny. Yeah, listen, you don't remember 2016 to 2020? You don't really? Yeah, this is funny.
But I got to be careful because she's the type that probably would write a letter to the bishop of complaint. And that type of stuff goes into my records.
What can you do? Listen. The power of evil is waning. That's all I can tell you. And hopefully, this satanic hold that that Satan has over people's hearts, and it really does, right? It's incredible. I would say there's a demonic possession that comes with feminism. It just it's weird when they just lose their mind about it. Like nothing is more demeaning to women than women refusing to vote for Trump. That was incredibly good for women. Like nothing's more to me like, no, because he's icky and I don't want to sleep with him. No one's asking you to, okay? I don't think. But that's basically it. And now we're in we're in Hiroshima. It's like, and it's not, I do think it's gonna get crazy. I think we're at listen, I was listening to Tim Paul. What?
It's just beginning. I mean,
yeah, I think
now the midterms are a year away.
Yeah, if we even get to them, I'll be amazed we get.
We will.
I know it doesn't take much for a society to crumble, right? Fine. Let me just keep scrolling through the chat. I'm nearly caught up. Sheila Beckin, haven't watched Foundation yet. So it's very good, apart from the stunning and brave black girl who is the key to everything, ×2. Right, really? And let's make one of them snarling, a masculine one. And then once I noticed it, right, I then noticed her boyfriend is so super effeminate. I was like, oh, God, oh. And so at first I was just doing a filter, imagining her being just a normal white guy hero, right? Just okay, the Lee Majors. Okay, fine, who cares, right? And but then it's they started Mary suing her. So I'm like, oh, leave me alone. I don't know. But the premise is fascinating. I love it. I love the world building. I'm sorry.
It sounded interesting.
I mean, look, Lee Pace's character is fantastic. You know, so the Emperor. So this from what I can work out, this Galactic Empire has been around for thousands of years, and for the last 400 years or so, it's had the same Emperor, because what he does, he always clones himself, and there's 3 of him at any one time. You have an old one, a middle-aged one, and a young one, right? And as the old one dies, the young one gets born, and it's always got this family of 3 of the same person. And it's just really wild. It really is clever. That stuff is fantastic, and he's had a great couple of episodes. But like, there's one episode he wasn't in. It was, oh my god, agony. Like absolutely agony. And as I said, I wish the dog creature has been Thralis. I thought of that too, actually. Here's the thing, the dog creature is so nearly right, right? So, like, can Russell T Davies just not fix it? Do you think he's had a hand in this season?
I don't know.
It's markedly better, right? Maybe he's had a help polishing it.
I mean,
maybe Paul Cornell. I don't know. It's markedly better.
It's not good, but it's not as bad as last year. It's not good,
and it's nearly over. So, it's like only 4 episodes ago. Well, it's like, just keep this up, okay? This isn't like, I'm never going to go back to it. I'm not buying the DVD. But the thing is, it's never happening.
They're supposed to tie the Timeless Children into it somehow with the 2 enemies.
Yeah, I think it's going to start happening next week. Well, they're on the planet of time.
When it's going to go downhill,
That's when it's going to go off the rails. Oh, that'd be great. It lulls people. Because right now, I think it's depreciation is not going to be too bad, because the strength of this last episode has been, if you're a normie, you're like, well, what's wrong with this? Right? They're like, oh, she's a bit annoying, but other than that, I like seeing that, like, the Sultans were cool. You know,
do you think the 500,000 that turned out this last time, tuned off, will come back next week, or does it keep dropping?
No, they're gone. Yes, no, they're never coming back. They're never coming back.
Because with the continuous story arc, you got to keep watching it, or you miss out.
It's going to go. They're going to keep. They're going to have a continue. If it keeps this at the same rate, it's going to have a 10% decline each week, right? So right now we're at So week 1 was 5.7, say, right? 5.69, 5.7. So week 2 is going to be, let's say 500,000 left, like a little bit more than 500,000 left. It'll be 5.1, right? So week 3 will probably be 4.7, and that'll be 4.2. And I reckon by the time we get another 6, we'll be under 4. Oh, please. Yes, underwater. It's like, I think 4.69 is what it's got to get to beat its current lowest. Hoping it can make. But again, I do feel bad for them, because, like, oh man, they really sweated sweated this one out, right? I 10 out of 10 for effort. Okay, Chibs, I'm going to give you a gold star for effort, right? It doesn't make up for the last few years of just taking a dump on everything. Right? I'm sorry. You've been very naughty. What do you want me to tell you? It's like.
So I reread the article recently about how Jodie said when she became the Doctor, she wasn't going to watch any Classic Who until she leaves the role. I wonder if she's going to have any regrets if she does this.
Does what?
Watch Classic Who.
Oh, probably, but she won't. She's a Karen. She's not going to be interested. She'll be looking and go, "Oh, why are they flying in time? It's silly. Don't like it." If they'd been time sensitive race, it would have made more sense for them to know the flux was coming. There's a lot. There's a lot that doesn't make sense. You forget at the beginning of episode 1, this guy, the dog guy, was a supervillain, right? He was going to kill the Doctor 3 times over. And Yaz, and may I say, you have my loyalty at that, sir. He was going to drop it into a sea of boiling acid, and then he had robot shooter, and the sun was going to go supernova. Right? It seemed to be like that's somebody who wants you dead.
Well, and the fact that the thing with the first episode was just the whole. I don't know if you said it or somebody else said it, but it looks like Yaz and the Doctor has been in a relationship for a while. And if you know what type of relationship I'm referring to.
Oh, yes. Well,
yes, their interaction, they're arguing. The fact
they are. Have you ever seen the Black Mirror episode "Shut Up and Dance"?
Unless it was the first 2 seasons, no.
Okay, it's also on Netflix. Also, worth getting Netflix for.
No, I enjoyed the first 2 seasons. I just couldn't get past 3.
What was 3?
Well, the first 2 seasons were on broadcast in England, I thought.
Oh, right.
Netflix picked it up. The Netflix picked it up for a new season. Right.
It was one of the Netflix ones. Anyway, there was a couple in it who were just together and they hated being together, right? And that's what Yaz and the Doctor seem like, right? They seem like they're waiting to split up. And like Yaz is just always annoyed, and like both of them. I can't say the name I described them as on my live stream. It rhymes with bunt. Bunts in space, right? Which is the same thing. They're very bunty. They are. It's not me. And it's like that particular. Unfortunately, that particular word is very descriptive for that. I can't think anything better. Right? It's just very put bunty.
My word in the private chat.
Okay, I can see that. Okay, so I don't know how I can say that.
No, don't.
Yeah, no, okay. I would say it if you weren't here, but you're here, right? So there you go.
But no, I know the word you're referring to, and I agree.
Was it? Lonnie says Gal. That's the name of the character. Once they got off what written for her, she was in a dump. Yeah, it was just stupid. A lot of this stuff. I watched The Outpost today. It was very sad at the end when they showed the actual soldiers that died in the battle. What's The Outpost? I don't know about it.
Cosmic Outpost?
I've never heard of it. So there was a total mess of plots being scattergun on screen. That's true. Red Dwarf is a top show. It's cold outside. No kind of episode. One second. Dan the dog of the TARDIS. Right? And the whole thing with the dogs is so stupid as well. You got a planet-eating cloud. Yeah, that's like just doesn't do anything except for the dog spaceships when they configure in the special Doctor Who configuration, right? I don't want the giant face of inflated banana from Red Wolf. I don't blame you. I wonder if Dan is more than he sees. Yeah, that's definitely what they're implying. CK Charlie chats, right? Yeah, absolutely what they're implying. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back from Mexico. Oh man, I'm in the mood for kippers. Haven't had kippers for years. Oh, gosh, man. Oh no, have you never had kippers? Have you, Father Miller?
Define. I know the word. I know kippers the word kipper.
Just flat fish.
It's fish.
But in England you cook them the traditional English way. You cook them with like vinegar, onions, tomatoes. Sorry, like pan fry them together. Sorry, no. So it's but I really like them. Have that with some eggs. Oh man, very nice, very nice. And have some slaves bring it to you.
I think I froze.
I bet SCWs go crazy. I bet you do, Derek Manners. Listen, look, the Let's Go brand thing is the thing that they literally lose it now. Now they on CNN they describe it as a right-wing dog whistle for an expletive against the president. Like they would never. Like what? Where were you? Like where were you? You weirdos. I was like, come on, come on. You were there. You don't know that happened?
Like I said,
Look,
it's fun to watch
this
the
week's
anger.
spiffing. Yay! Yeah, hopefully, Mux, you're in Canada, so you should. You might be on the last leg, right? I don't know if you're in. I can't remember if you're in America or Canada. If you're in Canada, I got to give refunds to the Canadians. Man, thank you for reminding me. Okay, fine. I got to. I had totally forgotten about that.
Speaking of Canada, Bolstrek changed his name.
Oh, what is he now?
Scary Media.
He was formerly Bolstrek for a long time.
Right, but he has a new Twitter handle now.
Ah, very exciting.
It's gonna be hard to remember, though. I mean,
the Virginians that made me laugh. I
think I'm freezing up.
Very funny. I mean, I think funnier was the guy who spent not that much money on his campaign and beat the other guy.
Yeah, $153.
That's the one. Yeah,
Cultivated Media is his new one.
So what was that?
Cultivated Media is Bolstrek's new Twitter account.
Okay, so he's rebranded. That's cool.
Yeah,
good for him. Smart, because now they got to restart all their campaign of insanity. Enough already. I firmly believe that WW3 won't be between different countries, but instead it will be a worldwide civil war. Yeah, listen, and I think probably by I was thinking last year. Right, I was thinking last year. Actually, this year I'm in the Hebrew year. I was thinking last year. Maybe next year. Who knows? Listen, I think when I look round, right, and I see the state of humanity, and I every second that God doesn't send not a lunar, what's the thing from a sun? A solar flare, and wipe out all life on planet Earth, apart from what, God started with one person, he can end with one person, right? Just like this. And for every second that doesn't happen, I'm like, well, that's kind of fair. That's nice of God. We're in the plus column at that point.
Now that's getting me thinking of the Nicolas Cage movie, Knowing. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
Oh, yeah, it's awful.
I actually used it in a homily once.
Oh, that's cool. That is cool. The plane crash scene, right? That's a standing set on Universal Studios in Hollywood on the tour, right? And you can only go to it if you go on the VIP tour. But they use that first they use it in Lost, and they also used it in what was it? I can't remember what they've used that a bunch of times. That plane crash set. There you go.
I was going to start watching Lost when it came on. We didn't get the VCR set. Never started.
Oh, really? Is it worth it?
From what I heard about the ending, I don't know if I want to do that.
Honestly, I would watch The Leftovers instead of Lost. Yeah, Leftovers 12 episodes. They're like, man, that's got that. I find that much more powerful.
I will say the one that I did like, I actually liked. I was surprised by it. I don't know if you've seen the Young Pope on HBO.
No, everybody says that's good. That's
it actually is. Jude Law.
With Jude. Oh no, I'm thinking the other one on Netflix with
the Two Popes.
The Two Popes. There you go.
That was garbage. I hated that. The reason that I hated it in a nutshell. Yeah. Cardinal Ratzinger, who became Pope Benedict XVI, wanted to retire to Germany because his brother was still in Germany. He wanted to retire with his brother. The movie made it look like he was trying to get elected Pope, but that's the last thing he wanted to do because he wanted to retire.
I have no idea. I have no idea about papal politics, but. That's basically how this Pope became the Pope, though. Papal politics. He was the assistant, right? Isn't that what happened?
No, there's no assistant. He was the cardinal in Argentina.
Right. No, but he was He was kind of like the what's the word? Like the chief of staff to the
No, there's a term called Secretary of State. I mean, it has its hierarchy like we do over here, but he wasn't the Secretary of State.
No, but I thought he was in charge of like just the backdoor channels of like greeting people.
No,
like,
if he was, then but if he was, he would have been stationed at the Vatican instead of being in Argentina.
I thought he was stationed at the Vatican.
No, he was in Argentina.
Oh, you can answer me a question. You would know. When was Jesus born according to the New Testament? Because I just assumed it was December 25th, right? And then all my kids
know the exact date.
And my Shabbat table was like screaming, no, it's like April. I'm like, what?
We don't know the exact date. I think part of it was that they picked the 25th because it was supposed to coincide with the Roman pagan holiday focused on the sun, but they wanted to focus on the real Son of God. So, I mean, it's one of those things where we take something and make it good.
Well, you know,
really December 25th? We don't know.
We like the idea of holidays in Judaism is we don't celebrate we don't celebrate the holiday to commemorate the event. The event happened because the spiritual propensity of the time was to allow that to happen.
The other thing, too, is when they did the calendars, the Gregorian calendar, the idea was Jesus was supposed to be the start between AD and BC. Well, we're off 4 to 6 years.
Okay.
So, those that were saying like 2000 is going to be the second coming, well, it's like that should have happened in 94.
Right. And also there's a 7-day anomaly as well when they move from one calendar to another one. In like the 15th century.
That'd be the difference between like the Eastern Orthodox and Catholic. The Eastern Orthodox celebrate Christmas a week later, and same thing with Easter.
Yeah. Confusion reigns.
It's complicated. I mean, it gets complicated.
Yeah. I'm still at the chat. We got 10 minutes to go. I got to finish the chat. Richard Greta, how you doing, sir? Easton, well, say hello to you, sir. Already, let's keep going. I'm looking to see if anyone was talking to me. Jonathan, I don't know if I say hello to you. Easton says no 10%, 13%, 17%, 21%, and 24%. I have no idea what that means. It's like a druggy employee finally starting to try and do the right job and gets fired anyways. Yeah, you're talking about Chibnall. Dr. Alex, you made me feel so guilty earlier because I haven't put out my review of his season 13 episode. You like Capaldi, right?
I do. I hated season 10.
So he's got the book on tape on YouTube. He did a season of Capaldi Doctor that deals with the whole Jodie thing really well, right? And I really enjoyed it, right? This whole thing is you can get it, you can buy the book, or it's a book on tape. So he's just dropping his new season now, season 13. He just dropped the second episode.
This. It's like the lost season, isn't it?
No, this is his own creation, but it's really cool. So I was going to do my review of that at the same time I'm doing my review of this episode, right? The Chibnall episode. Look, bottom line, it was better than I expected it to be. I got to pay more attention to it. That's really 100% the truth. I just got to pay more attention to it. So I'm like halfway through listening it to again. I thought you already watched the classic Who because she said with such conviction that it celebrated the male gaze. Well, I think that's why she didn't watch it. Watching Terminus and the Garm looks more convincing than Space Dog. Have you ever seen the Garm?
I don't think I have.
Okay, well, he doesn't look more.
What is it called again? The Gob?
Don't be mean.
The Gob?
Yeah, that's right. I like the doggy. What can I tell you? I liked him when he jumped out the water and shook his fur. And I know that's stupid. I know everybody's going, I just like it. I like silly. What can I tell you? It's like
he's growing on me.
Mando and the Book of Boba are going to make up for all the crap that Disney bought. No, that's it's going to flush away the goodwill the Mandalorian did. I think, don't you? I really do. I really do. Is
the Mandalorian gone? I mean, is he done?
Sorry,
the Mandalorian is. Is it going to season 3 or is
come back in next year after? Kippers are kosher, boy. As long as you get kosher kippers, yes. Kippers can be kosher. In reply to Dr. Alex. Now I'm in the mood for kippers again. I'm having chili for dinner though. I'm in chili from Sabbath. We had chili from the Sabbath this week, so I'm going to have that. And my wife has non-dairy cheese. I'm going to melt on it. That's going on. Typical JoJo Abrams can't do complete story. Fringe had the same problem, and every film it's very true. But again, at least he's got the. I feel like he's working, right? And I really didn't feel like he was working. And yes, it doesn't make up for everything. It doesn't make up for everything at all, and it's still reasonably shit. And you still got Jodie Whittaker, right? What's it? Svea Rebecca, do your impression of the underwater muted current theme. Oh God, yeah, I hate the theme tune. Right, like I was like, I was watching the cold opening, enjoying it. Like, oh, this isn't. I'm amazed. This is bad. And all of a sudden, I'm ripped out of my. It's the worst theme tune ever. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
It's the
McCoy's
worst one ever. By the way. Dr. Alex has a cool new theme in his in season 13. I'm quite enjoying that. And also, I think there's another voice reading it in this one as well. Sorry?
I was saying that McCoy's theme is better, even though it's cheesy 90s graphics. It's still better.
Yeah, although, look, it depends. McCoy's theme works for season 24. It really doesn't work so much by the time you get to season 25, and totally doesn't work for season 26. It's so incongruous. It really is. Still going through the chat. Decline in ratings. Yeah, it's true. Sula Beck and Father Miller. For future conversation, I've recently revealed future 14th edition. The point being that what is better than watching Jodie? The first one, Potbelly Wreck. Okay. We all love Capaldi. You see, that's why I like Dr. Alex, because it feels like Capaldi. I wasn't having it. Oh God, don't worry. I was just joking. Children appears to have become good. No, God, again, it's not good. It's just I don't know. It's like I feel like an abused wife, and he stopped beating me for a week. Right? That's basically where don't get excited. Non-dairy cheese. That ain't right. Listen. You can't have meat and milk, baby, in Judaism, right? You're not allowed. That's one of the many areas of fun that's been closed off. That means no pepperoni pizza. Oh, God, I missed that. Pepperoni pizza, shrimp, lobster.
I was going to mention earlier, you're having chili, and I'm going to have a big fat piece of prime rib tonight.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Going to a steakhouse with a few priests and people. So, looking forward to
Have you ever seen that movie, Doubt?
No, I heard of it.
It's good. Oh, it's good. It's good. I wouldn't be worried about it from a trashing the church point of view, because it doesn't. In my opinion, it doesn't.
I had heard of it. It's just I never really, on the hierarchy of movies I want to see, it's not at the top. It's probably not in the halfway. You know what?
I mean, listen, as for a religious movie, I really loved it. Right? It's got some really great points in it, like ideas in it, which I loved. And also, I loved. There was this great scene where you see the difference between the nuns eating with Meryl Streep as like the Mother Superior, who's like cracks of cane. It's like really, and like Philip Seymour Hoffman as the chief priest, and like everyone's like laughing their head off and drinking with the priest, and everyone's like very, very quiet with the nuns. But it's a real interesting character piece. I really liked it a lot.
That's the difference between religious life, like sisters and nuns, and priests. I mean, when priests get together for dinner, we have fun.
So that's what I'm thinking. That's why I think you will probably relate to the movie.
Now, if you're male religious, if you're like a monk, that would be that monks would do the same thing like the sisters in the movie would. That's how they would eat. I'm not a monk. I'm not a religious priest. I'm a diocese. It's getting into terms.
Yeah, listen. You don't strike me as a monk-like person.
A monk. I'll tell you, it is appealing though. The idea of living in community is appealing.
I can understand doing it as you want to go for a few weeks as a vacation. Mm-hmm. Like, go on retreat, like for a couple of weeks and just be alone with your thoughts. So like that I could hear, and you have to live a simple life. But like permanently, oh come on, mate. I like having steak. I like having a laugh. What can I tell you?
Well, they eat too.
Yeah. Well, but it doesn't seem to be a. We got this thing in Judaism called becoming a Nazarite. Right, you can do it for like 30 days, where basically you don't drink. Like Samson was a Nazarite; he was a Nazarite.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I like Samson. It's one of my favorite biblical stories. I've always wanted to do the story of Joseph and the brothers as a Tarantino-esque western. I think that'd be really good. Like, you start off with like the sacking of Shem, like the shoot. It'd be really cool.
I don't think you could do the language, though.
What language? Yes, you could.
I mean the F-bombs.
I think you could write right around it, but I think it'll be fun. I think because, when he goes to Egypt, you can have him go to Mexico where they still have like pyramids there, right?
They could.
It'll be like, because the whole thing about Potiphar, the guy he was sold to, he was the chief executioner, and Joseph was his right hand man. It's really funny. He ran the household. New Doctor Who. I just chose not to watch mainly series 1, 11 through 13. Very smart move. Richard agrees. A very smart move. I like Chile. I like it too. Classic, your version of the crap theme is better. It really is so bad. It's so bad. It is like Bane.
So you have Netflix, right?
Sorry?
You have Netflix, you said.
I do, yes.
Right? I'm going to have to send you a clip. I think there's a cartoon show. I won't say it on here because it's probably not one I want to publicly highlight, but I think you'll love it.
Is it what's it called again? Now I can't remember the name of the show. Potty Mouth, Smart Mouth, something like that.
No.
What's that thing called again? Well, my friends told me I would like it. There you go. No cheeseburgers. Exactly. You have to have fake cheese. You're exactly right. It's a terrible thing. These are the things that the good Lord demands you give up for. I don't know, for the honor of being chased by gangs of Cossacks for hundreds of years. Yeah, it's all.
Okay, so I just sent it to you. I just sent it to you via Twitter.
All right, let me have a look. See what Twitter says. Fine, hang on. Yeah, sent me a link. Oh no, I don't. I do not know about this. Okay, I will check this out. I will check that out. Fine. Sailor Beacon is down, the one with Philip Seymour Hoffman. Just on him. Yes, exactly. I love that one. Great movie. Okay, favorite religious movie of all time?
I knew that. Mine would be A Man for All Seasons.
Still haven't seen that. You told me about it. I should check that out.
Yeah, it won Best Picture.
All right. Yeah, I should absolutely check that out. I still want to see the Terry Gilliam one, the man who killed Don Quixote. I was trying to get that made for years. Ooh. Fine. I think I hit him and my wife returning home. I must go upstairs see what I'm guilty of. Which is many, many various things at this point. So I'm going to hit the AIM broadcast button. Thank you for joining us. Join us again. Next week we'll be on Father Miller's channel. Please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to his channel. Hit the AIM broadcast button. Hit it again.